Can I thank her for a question? I set up the Violence Reduction Unit, the first of its kind in England and Wales, to lead a London-wide prevention and early intervention approach to tackling violence. I want to thank the Greens for being supportive since the beginning on this issue. Since 2019, the VRU has invested in the delivery of more than 70,000 positive opportunities each year. That includes diversionary activities and opportunities for children and young people, as well as interventions and training sessions for parents and carers, youth workers, mentors, teachers and other trusted adults. It means the VRU's work has reached more than 450,000 young people through activities and interventions at critical moments to keep them safe in and out of school through youth work and mentors and providing access to youth clubs and hubs. I'm pleased that the work of the VRU is delivering positive results for young Londoners. For example, with funding for mentors in pupil referral units leading to increased attendance, and bureaucracy sessions in schools resulting in teachers reporting fewer physical incidents in the playground. The VRU is also funding life-changing youth work in the moments when young people have been involved in violence. Youth workers embedded in 12 London hospitals have supported almost 5,000 young people in hospital as a result of a violent incident. Their interventions in helping turn a young person's life around is what is known as a reachable or teachable moment, and it's contributed to almost 3/4 of these young people reducing their risk of harm from others, and nearly 8 in 10 young people saying they felt safer post-intervention. For young people, particularly those up to 18 who've been arrested for a violent incident, support from a youth worker based in police custody has led to almost 80% prevented from reoffending over the next 12 months. Beyond this, we've seen progress in our approach to tackling violence. Since we set up the VRU, there have been 13,500 fewer violence with injury incidents, and hospital admissions for under 25s for knife assaults are down by 42%. Homicides in London are also down by a third. That's 30 fewer people killed, and homicides of under 25s are now down by more than half compared to last year's 22-year low. But it's clear there's more to do, and that means investing in young people to keep them safe and supported to thrive. The VRU is coordinating the government's programme to better identify and support at-risk young people, and will contribute to the delivery of a further 250,000 positive opportunities this mayoral term, as part of my commitment to building a safer London for everyone.
Thank you. And just want to state up top our support for the Violence Reduction Unit and everything all of those youth organisations and champions do. So just to clarify, it's 450,000 young people so far, but then 450,000 more positive opportunities. Just to clarify those numbers.
Can I distinguish? So we've helped 450,000 young people, and there have been more than 500,000 positive opportunities from City Hall. There could be an individual, a young person who's got help from more than one scheme. Yeah. Now, the issue, just to explain, is because we fund schemes at the grassroots, they've not got the sophisticated database to track each individual they support, and we wouldn't expect them to. They're a youth worker with 12 people and so forth. So there could be some people who are taking advantage, rightly so, of more than one opportunity.
Yeah, so I wanted to speak to you specifically about black-led youth organisations that I've been speaking with across London. An academic described the work that they do as holding back the tide of youth violence. And black-led youth organisations, as you know, do really deep work with young people in their communities and with their families, and really have that kind of lasting impact on their lives. But they're really struggling. A lot of them are reporting closing their doors, not being able to reach new young people, reducing staff hours and reducing the time that they're operating. And I just wondered if that's something that you're hearing from those youth organisations and something that we can look at ahead of the budget.
It's been something I've been hearing about since just over the last 9 years in the preceding years as a Member of Parliament. And in fact, Sean Berry did a great report a few years ago talking about youth workers lost, youth clubs closed down, which was quite important in terms of officers having the data. We're particularly focused on the phrases buy and used services, for obvious reasons you'll understand. The importance of mentors and role models, particularly youth worker that looks like them, is so important. So we are supporting something called the Mayans programmes, and they work with the buy and use sector. The sort of youth workers she's spoken to are funded by some of these. The challenge is this: often our funding is from the government only 1 year. So who'd accept a job for a year or 6 months? We're trying to get some security with a 3-year rolling programme. Good news, combination of the integrated settlement plus the conversations I've had with the Home Secretary means we're hopeful of not just a 1 year, we've by the way not got confirmation of next year's 1 year deal, forget 3 years, but some certainty over 2-3 years. That'll give confidence to
groups that's like exactly what they're asking for. They're really describing the need for that much longer term funding and the advocacy that you could do to government, but also, as you described, Sean Berry's work before and the commitment you made to increasing the amount that you're providing to youth services. And I really hope that that's something that you can commit to in your budget, because there's loads of issues that they raised about the procurement process and some of them being blocked out through some of MOPAC's commissioning processes, which I plan to write you a letter about because there's some learnings from that. But yeah, it'd be really good to know if you plan to specifically address some of these issues in the black-led youth organisations.
I'm really pleased. Sorry, I jumped prematurely. She raised the issue of procurement. I've been worried for some time. It's really difficult to apply for some of the pots of money you've got available. You need a professional fundraiser person to do so. Now, the problem with that is the great groups she's mentioned miss out because, frankly speaking, you're busy being a full-time youth worker, then you've got to fill in a form. But also the, inverted commas, usual suspects who've got a team doing this have the best bids. So we're deliberately focusing our resources. Of course, it's public money. We've got to make sure it's spent properly to make sure we reach those groups that reach underserved communities, which is incredibly important. So again, if you've got examples of bad practice or good practice, please let us know.
Yeah, and it's just making sure the funding's going to these organisations that are doing that really deep work that's really needed for these young people. But yeah, I'll send you that letter. Thank you.
Thank you.